If you ever find yourself wandering through a tropical market and spot something that looks like a neon red sea urchin, or perhaps a tiny, hairy alien egg, congratulations, you've just discovered the rambutan. Its name actually comes from the Malay word rambut, which literally translates to hair. Looking at its wild, intimidating exterior, covered in soft, green-tipped spines, you'd never guess the treasure that lies hidden inside. Native to the humid jungles of Southeast Asia, the rambutan is a close botanical cousin to the more famous lychee. But many locals will tell you that the rambutan is the superior relative. To get to the fruit, you simply give the leathery skin a gentle squeeze or a small nick with your thumbnail. As the shell pops open, it reveals a translucent, pearl-white flesh. It is so juicy, it practically glows. The flavour is a masterclass in balance. It's incredibly sweet, yet carries a subtle, refreshing acidity. Floral notes from nature is often the world's best artist. But with our fifth fruit, it seems nature was also a mathematician. This is the carambola, though the world knows it better by its much more descriptive name, the starfruit. When held whole, it looks like an oblong, ribbed yellow football. The magic happens the moment you take a knife to it. When sliced crosswise, every single piece forms a perfect, eye-pointed star. Originally native to the tropical cliffs of Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia, the starfruit is now a global traveller. There are two main types you'll find in markets: the large, sweet variety, and a smaller, significantly more sour version. As the fruit ripens, its skin turns from a waxy green to a deep, brilliant gold, and the outer edges of the ribs, the star points, begin to turn brown. This is actually when the fruit is at its peak sweetness. The flavour of a starfruit is a complex mystery. It's often described as a cocktail of other fruits, a mix of apple, grape, and pear, with the sharp citrus tang of an orange. Texture is incredibly crisp and watery, similar to a firm plum, but with a skin soft. If you think you've seen a large fruit, think again. Meet the jackfruit, the largest tree-borne fruit in the world. A single jackfruit can grow up to 3 feet long and weigh a staggering 100 pounds. It's so massive that it doesn't grow on thin branches. Instead, it grows directly off the trunk of the tree to support its immense weight. Native to the rainforests of western India, the jackfruit is a true biological miracle. Its exterior is a thick, green, pebbled armor that protects a complex interior. Opening one is an event in itself. When you finally cut through the tough rind, you reveal hundreds of golden, waxy balls. The smell is unmistakable, a heavy, sweet aroma that hints at the tropical treasure inside. The flavour of a ripe jackfruit is like a tropical explosion. Many people describe it as a mix of pineapple, mango, and banana all at once. In fact, it's widely believed that the original flavour of juicy fruit chewing gum was modelled after the taste of a jackfruit. But here is where it gets really interesting. The jackfruit. If you were walking through the palm forests of Indonesia and saw a pile of what looked like discarded cobra skins, you might want to look closer. You haven't found a snake's nest. You found the salak, more commonly known as the snake fruit. This fruit is perhaps nature's most convincing imitation of animal life. Its skin is covered in brown, shimmering scales that are slightly prickly to the touch and overlap perfectly, just like the scales of a tropical reptile. The snake fruit grows in small clusters at the base of the salak palm, a plant that is just as intimidating as the fruit itself, with long, sharp thorns guarding the harvest. To taste the treasure inside, you have to pinch the tip of the fruit until the scaly skin cracks. It peels away surprisingly easily, much like a hard-boiled egg, revealing 3 distinct lobes of off-white flesh that look like large cloves of garlic. But don't let the appearance fool you. The flavour of the salak is a wild ride for your taste buds. It's famously crunchy, not soft like a peach, but firm like a dry apple. In the world of citrus, there is one fruit that looks less like a snack and more like a golden relic from an ancient temple. This is hand. At first glance, it looks like a cluster of long yellow fingers reaching out, which is exactly why it earned its name. It is a variety of citron that, due to a genetic mutation thousands of years ago, develops into separate segments instead of a round ball. Native to the lower Himalayas and widely cultivated in China and Japan, the Buddha's hand is a fruit of deep cultural significance. It is often given as a traditional New Year's gift, symbolizing happiness, longevity, and good fortune. In many temples, you'll find these fruits placed on altars because their fragrance is so powerful and divine. If you ever saw an orange fruit covered in sharp, pointed spikes and thought it looked like an alien egg from outer space, you wouldn't be the first. This is the Kiwano, famously known as the African horned melon. Native to the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa, this fruit is a true survivor, designed by nature to hold massive amounts of water in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The exterior is a tough, vibrant orange shell guarded by thick spines. But the real surprise happens when you slice it in half. Inside, you'll find a glowing lime-green, jelly-like pulp filled with hundreds of small, edible seeds. It looks less like a melon and more like something you'd find in a laboratory. The flavour is just as unique as its appearance. It's often described as a refreshing cocktail of cucumber, lime, and a hint of banana. Because it's over 90% water, it is incredibly hydrating and was historically used by travellers in the desert as a vital source of moisture. In the culinary world, the Kiwano is a superstar of plating. It's bright green. For thousands of years, one fruit has been revered not just as a source of sustenance, but as a symbol of life, fertility, and abundance. This is the pomegranate, often called the jewel of autumn. Its name comes from the Latin pomum granatum, which means seeded apple. From outside, it looks like a simple, leathery red ball. But when you finally open it, you are greeted by an incredible natural treasure. Hundreds of tiny, brilliant crimson arrows, glowing like rubies nestled inside a labyrinth of white memory. Native to a region stretching from modern-day Iran to the Himalayas, the pomegranate is one of the oldest cultivated fruits in the world. Today, it is a staple of Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisine. There are over 500 varieties, ranging from sweet to tart, and from pale pink to deep dark black skins. In many cultures, including here in Central Asia, it is considered a symbol of good luck and is a central part of many festivals and traditions. The taste is a complex dance of sweet and acidic notes. The juice is famously rich. It's the most popular fruit in the world, the ultimate gym snack, and the star of every lunchbox. But the banana you know and love is hiding a strange secret. It's actually a clone. Nearly every banana sold in Western markets today belongs to a single variety called the Cavendish. Because they are seedless, they can't reproduce naturally. Every single tree is a genetic copy of the same plant. But did you know that the bananas our grandparents ate were completely different? Before the 1950s, a variety called the Gros Michel ruled the world. It was reportedly sweeter, creamier, and tasted exactly like banana-flavoured candy. However, a deadly fungus nearly wiped it out, forcing the entire global industry to switch to the Cavendish we eat today. And here's a botanical curveball for you. Technically, a banana is a berry, while a strawberry is not. Bananas grow from a single ovary on a plant that, believe it or not, is actually the world's largest herb, not a tree. That trunk you see is just a... When European explorers first stumbled upon this fruit in the Caribbean, they called it a pineapple because it looked like a pine cone but tasted like an apple. But the pineapple is far more complex than its name suggests. Believe it or not, a pineapple isn't actually a single fruit. It's a collective fruit, a cluster of up to 200 individual berry-like fruitlets that have all fused together around a central core. whole. Each scale you see on the outside was once an individual flower. One of the biggest myths about pineapples is that they grow on trees. In reality, they grow right out of the ground from the center of a leafy, spiked plant. It takes nearly 2 years for a single pineapple plant to produce just one fruit, which explains why they were once so rare that they became a global symbol of extreme wealth and hospitality. In the 1700s, people would actually rent pineapples for parties, just to show off their status. But the pineapple has a bit of a bite back. Have you ever noticed it? For our final fruit, we have a small, fuzzy icon that almost everyone recognizes, the kiwi. But here's a fact that might surprise you. The kiwi isn't originally from New Zealand. It's actually native to the valley of the Yangtze River in China, where it was known for centuries as the Chinese gooseberry. It wasn't until the mid-20th century that it was rebranded as the kiwi to honour New Zealand's national bird, which shares the same brown, fuzzy appearance. When you hold a kiwi, it feels like a soft, hairy stone. But once you slice it open, it reveals one of the most beautiful interiors in the fruit kingdom. The bright emerald green flesh is arranged in a perfect radial pattern around a white core, dotted with hundreds of tiny, edible black seeds. While most people spend time carefully peeling the fuzzy skin, here is a secret. The skin is actually entirely edible. If you can get past the texture, eating the skin triples the fibre content and packs even more nutrients. And speaking of nutrients, a single kiwi actually contains more